Welcome to episode 9 of Police News TV for the 4th week of March 2012. I'm your host, Paul Balmer. Coming up, a wild police pursuit of a school bus. Retired NYPD cop saves a loaded JetBlue plane. National Law Enforcement Officer Memorial Fund raffle. Drug dealer's vacation gone wrong. These and more police news stories and everyone's favorite dumb criminal segment. You're already watching, so don't go anywhere for about 15 minutes. Police News TV, your TV news source for national law enforcement news by cops, for cops. Stand by. Beginning with our top stories, truckload of pot seized, Safford, Arizona. Department of Public Safety officers seized nearly 1,200 pounds of marijuana and arrested an illegal immigrant on March 24th. After the officers observed a pickup truck committing a traffic infraction, they attempted to stop the vehicle, but the driver didn't stop. A pursuit began, reaching speeds of over 90 miles per hour. The truck was later stopped, but only after the driver lost control of the vehicle, thanks to some tactfully deployed spike strips. Still, the perp continued his attempt to flee on his rims. Subsequent to the arrest of the truck driver, Jose Manuel Miranda Fuente, 38, of Mexico, officers found 50 large bundles of pot in the back bed of the pickup. Jose's got some splaining to do to somebody. Here's Jill with more.
Thank you, Paul. Hey, I'm your co-host, Jill Adrian. Continuing with our top stories. Leader of new Black Panther movement arrested, DeKalb County, Georgia. DeKalb Sheriff's Office fugitive squad members arrested the new Black Panther Party's Chief of Staff, Hashim Nzinga, 49, for possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. According to the DeKalb County Sheriff's Office, Nzinga was in possession of an FN Herstal 5.7x28 handgun, which shoots high-velocity, bottleneck centerfire cartridges that can penetrate Kevlar vests. An investigation revealed that Nzinga hawked the gun, a transaction made illegal by his convictions of felony deposit account fraud in February 2012. He was arrested at his probation office Monday. Nzinga announced recently that the new Black Panther Party is offering a $10,000 reward for the capture or killing of George Zimmerman, the shooting of 17-year-old Trayvon Martin in Florida.
School buses in police pursuits? Albuquerque, New Mexico. Early in the morning on March 9th, dozens of police responded to reports of a speeding school bus, which they believed a New Mexico man stole from the lot of a Herrera bus company the night before. As we see here in this New Mexico State Police dash cam video, police engaged the driver of the stolen school bus in a wild pursuit throughout the area after he struck a cruiser when officers tried to stop him. Several attempts by one cruiser to do a pit maneuver failed, and even the stop strips had little effect. Another of the officers had to disengage from the chase when his own tires blew out. After a final fishtail, the bus struck a median. Officers rushed the bus, firing on the driver, Nathaniel Shipman. He was struck twice. Shipman faces 3 criminal charges and remains in custody. Now see, if this was Scott, our producer's school bus, the guy could have maneuvered much easier. You know why, right? Would have been a short bus. Okay. Hey, Jill, get me out of this.
Well, Paul, the producers asked me to read a statement stating that Paul's opinions do not reflect the majority of the PNT News staff. Heroic mass officer could have died, Randolph, Massachusetts. On March 24th, Officer Mark Latalian of the Randolph PD responded to a radio call of a man throwing Molotov cocktails at his own home in an attempt to burn it down. The unemployed 54-year-old man has a history of previous mental health issues. When Officer Latalian arrived, he entered the burning home and was confronted by the suspect, who then suddenly doused the officer with a bucket of gasoline. Man also had 2 large knives in each of his pockets. The officer was able to subdue and arrest the emotionally deranged homeowner and exit the burning house, engulfed in flames, uninjured. At the time of the incident, there were 13 family members also inside the house. The perpetrator was charged with 13 counts of attempted murder and also arson. Outstanding and courageous job, Officer Latalian.
Celebrating your birthday with tickets and an arrest? Yuba County, California. Last week we told you about the Oregon man who got 3 speeding tickets on his way to court. Well, not to be outdone, a woman in California got 3 speeding tickets all in 1 hour. And to top it off, get this, it was her birthday. I'm not kidding. The 53-year-old woman was first clocked at 103, then 20 minutes later at 105. Finally, within the same hour, she slowed down a little, but was still clocked again at 76 in a 55. What was that song by Sammy Hagar? I can't drive 55. On that third stop, Mrs. Speedy Gonzalez struggled with the highway patrol officer and was arrested. Now that's just one fine way to celebrate your birthday.
Rookie trooper catches perp of smash and grab and assault. Worcester, Massachusetts. On Tuesday, March 20th, her third day on patrol, rookie trooper Erin McLaughlin, 25, and her FDO, trooper Jeffrey Gilbert, were conducting a traffic stop when they were flagged down by witnesses who had seen a man smashing up a nearby jewelry store. They pointed to where he had gone, so Trooper McLaughlin pursued him on foot while Trooper Gilbert drove ahead in the cruiser. McLaughlin chased him right into Trooper Gilbert, and the suspect was arrested without incident. McLaughlin said, "I just diverted to training from the academy. It really just came second nature from what they taught me there." The jewelry store owner struggled with the assailant and was hospitalized for serious injuries. The suspect, 24-year-old Christopher Fiorentino, was charged with armed robbery while masked, and assault and battery with a weapon. Nice work, Trooper McLaughlin.
Officers shot with a shotgun during a domestic call. 4 North Las Vegas officers responded to a 911 call from a residence after a man upset about being unemployed got drunk on his butt, as one family member put it, and began waving a shotgun at his family while arguing with them. When officers attempted to enter the home, the drunk male, Christopher Bertram, an ex-felon, began shooting the officers with his shotgun. One officer was shot, and he and another officer returned fire. Eventually, the suspect surrendered to police without anyone else getting hurt. The injured officer, 36, has been a North Las Vegas officer for almost 5 years. He was severely wounded, but is listed in stable condition at the hospital. Sergeant Tim Bedwell said the public often doesn't realize how frequent and dangerous domestic disturbance calls are for officers. The sergeant said it was a miracle the officer was not killed. He was lucky by the grace of God, he said. A gunshot is a game of inches, and sadly, we usually lose those games.
Retired NYPD cop saves a loaded JetBlue plane. On March 27th, the JetBlue airplane was flying from New York to Las Vegas when the plane's captain became emotionally unstable in the air. Somehow, the co-pilot was able to convince the deranged captain to leave the cockpit and go to the bathroom. As he did so, an off-duty commercial pilot, a passenger on the flight, was requested to assist the co-pilot in flying the plane. Cockpit door was then secured and locked. The captain became enraged when he came out of the loo and discovered that he could not re-enter the cockpit. He began shouting that the plane was going to go down and that the passengers should say their prayers. Well, a couple of passengers, including a retired NYPD sergeant named Paul Babakadis, leapt into action and subdued the crazy JetBlue captain before he could endanger the plane. The ad hoc pilot and co-pilot made an emergency landing at a nearby airport without further incident. Retired NYPD Sergeant Babakadis said, "My training immediately kicked in. And when I initially approached who I first did not believe was a pilot, but wearing a uniform that resembled a pilot's uniform, I realized that this person was deranged, that we had to take swift action. Otherwise, there could be dire consequences. The flight attendants gave him flex cuffs. However, they were defective. So he and the other few passengers just physically kept the deranged plane captain subdued." Sergeant Babakadis further stated, "I insisted upon everyone that were doing the detaining on the ground not to engage him in any way. He's an emotionally disturbed person, and frankly, you don't want to agitate him. You don't know what you're going to say that might set him off. So in the best interest of the safety of everyone, I said, let's not talk to him. Let's be quiet and let's contain him until the plane lands safely. Great job to the co-pilot, passengers, and expert assistance of Sergeant Babakadis for avoiding a real tragedy. I think he deserves a free, first-class round-trip ticket anywhere he wants to go."
In our weekly segment featuring a worthy cause for law enforcement, the National Law Enforcement Memorial Fund is offering you the opportunity to win a 2012 Harley-Davidson Ultra Classic Electra Glide Peace Officer Special Edition. Now, this beautiful Harley has an MSRP of nearly $24,000. Purchase your $25 raffle ticket today by calling 1-877-622-BIKE or 202-737-3402. Raffle tickets can also be purchased in person at the Memorial Funds Visitors Center and Store located at 407th Street Northwest in Washington, D.C. If you haven't been there, by the way, you need to visit. As a special gift, you'll also get a limited edition thin blue line Harley Davidson and National Leo's Memorial Fund t-shirt. Sweet. All proceeds from the raffle go toward the building of a National Law Enforcement Museum. The winning ticket will be drawn during Police Week on May 16, 2012, one day after the Peace Officer Memorial Day. The raffle winner need not be present to win. Only 4,000 tickets are being printed. This is a cause we have no business not supporting. Who knows? You may be adding a new motorcycle to your personal fleet.
Now for our Dumb Criminal segment. Drug dealer's vacation went wrong. Okay, if you want to be a drug dealer, you should probably not attract attention to yourself, especially that of law enforcement. Well, federal agents received a tip that there was going to be a drug deal at a Pizza Hut in Bellingham, Washington. What was unique about the suspect vehicle was that it bore the personalized license plate of smuggler. Agents surveilling the Pizza Hut spotted the vehicle and followed it to the nearby resort hotel called the Smuggler's Inn, a bed and breakfast not far from the Canadian border, where one of the drug dealers was staying. The agents, who also apparently have a good sense of humor, pulled over the suspect's vehicle in the hotel parking lot and after further investigation found that the suspect's SUV was hauling 9 bricks, or 25 pounds, of cocaine. Maybe the drug dealer should get a new personalized license plate which would read, "Dumb."
8-year-old helps cops nab an intrastate burglar, Franklin, Tennessee. On March 12th, someone broke into the family home, including that of an 8-year-old boy, and stole an iPad, a computer, and other electronics. Well, the boy, being computer savvy, told local police how to use a tracking app on his iPad, and within 30 minutes, they located the 46-year-old burglar, John Dougherty, in an area hotel room. Is this kid good or what? But the best part is, once police arrested the perp, they also discovered and recovered guns, cameras, jewelry, guitars, and all kinds of electronics stolen during previous burglaries as far away as Virginia and Florida. Think this kid should consider a career in law enforcement? I mean, he does have 10 years to think about it.
We regret to inform you that on March 24th, Texas Department of Public Safety Trooper Javier Arana Jr. was killed in an automobile accident. He was responding to assist other officers who were engaged in a pursuit. His trooper vehicle collided with a pickup truck at an intersection, and the trooper's car burst into flames upon impact. Trooper Arana had served with the Texas Highway Patrol for 2 years and is survived by his wife and children. He's the 24th line of duty death this year. We here at Police News TV would like to thank you for watching.
Police News TV is a weekly show by cops for cops. We're working hard to bring you, our fellow law enforcement officers, a quality, entertaining, and informative weekly broadcast. A new one comes out every Friday, so please share PNTV on your Facebook page to help us get the word out. Simply click the share button, as seen here, to create a linked post on your own Facebook page. You can post it on yours and your friends' walls too. Please help us spread the word of Police News TV. Be creative, then tell us how you're doing it.
Also, you can like us on Facebook, watch and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and follow us on Twitter. We have many other ways to watch and listen to this broadcast. Go to our website, PoliceNewsTV.com, to watch the show and for internet links to the stories from each of our weekly episodes. If you wish to submit a news story, you can email us at contact@PoliceNewsTV.com or call us at 727-437-2207. We value your input.
This show is dedicated to Texas DPS Trooper Javier Arana Jr., and please remember to pray for his family. Until next time, to all our brothers and sisters in blue out there, stay safe, look out for each other, and see you next Friday on Police News TV, where we've got you covered.
All right, that's it. Let's roll. And hey! Let's be careful out there.